kind of a funny guy.
On my good days.
On his good days. Comedian extraordinaire, filmmaker extraordinaire, AHMED. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. It's just us in the studio right now. So, what's going on, brother? Good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's been so long.
Yeah.
12 hours.
It's been roughly about 12 hours because me and you did it up last night in Montreal.
That's right.
I got to say congratulations first and foremost. You did a film documentary about comedy in the Middle East. It's called Just Like Us. And you've had a couple film festivals, and Just for Laughs Film Festival actually picked it up too.
Yeah, we got into Just for Laughs, and you were there.
Yeah.
Thanks for attending, and the response was pretty much what we expected. We've been having this film that's been screening, and people are laughing in all the right moments, and jerking a tear in all the right moments, and
It was very, very well done, because I remember, like, every time you come out to Ottawa, you told me about the project, and I watched a couple of the rushes, like, behind the scenes while it was still in the editing process, and I was intrigued then, all right? So I was waiting for the finished product, and after I got to see it, like, there was a couple emotional parts in it, man.
Yeah, people, it's funny, because people that watch the film, there's a couple little, tear-jerking moments where you really get involved with the characters. My family's in the film, and all the various international comedians that are in the movie all have a sort of point of view, and it's playing a lot better than we expected. And I think that when I showed you some of the rushes, that was like 6 months ago, right?
Yeah, roughly 6, 8 months.
Yeah. So so that's what I've been doing with my life, is sitting in this editing room trying to cut this film together.
And making people laugh at the same time.
And making people laugh at the same time, which, by the way, I'll be doing with you.
Yes.
On Sunday.
On Sunday at the Lebanese Festival, St. Elias Church in the banquet hall there.
I love that they got a white guy to host the Lebanese festival.
Yeah. I like my shawarma and all that stuff too, so we're all good.
I love the fact that we get to work together.
Again, we always have fun. Now, what's the best thing about being a comedian, man?
The best thing about being a comedian is that, we basically make a living telling jokes and sharing our personal experience. It's like getting paid for therapy.
Yeah. Worst thing?
And we get to travel around the world. Well, I do at least.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good. But worst thing about being a comedian, well, comedy is a very subjective art form. So some people like you, some people don't. It's also very sort of. Thank you.
The studio's falling apart while we're doing this interview right now.
My girlfriend just knocked over something in your studio.
It happens.
You can bill me for that.
Yeah, we will. Don't worry.
You were at the Just for Laughs
thing
last night, and all the comics are sort of milling around the lobby, and it's very narcissistic. Yeah, it's just it's not a team sport, stand-up comedy. You're not comics don't say like, hey man, you want to work together? It doesn't work like that.
No.
It's an individual sport. It's like tennis or golf or swimming. You're sort of competing with yourself, but there's also the other contenders that are involved that aren't on your team.
Right.
So that's kind of a
because it's a very individual sport too.
It's a very individual sport, but and then I think what comics hate the most is traveling, getting to the gig. So it's all like set up, then you do your show and it's 30 minutes, but it takes 3 months to submit yourself, book the flights, get the deposit, get to the place, check in your hotel. It ends up being a lot of work, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I love my job.
Exactly.
And I've been blessed to have, a pretty decent career. So
you have an amazing following. Like you're huge in Canada. You got a great following in Canada.
I'm also from what I understand, I'm really big in Angola.
Really?
Yeah. Angola.
Awesome.
I have fans in Angola.
That's awesome.
Lucas is looking at me like, we don't.
But just like Angelo, who's also in the film.
Angelo Sarukis, man.
Him getting on the camel was the funniest thing ever.
Angelo is honestly one of the funniest guys I ever met. Not only on stage, but off stage even more. In our movie, he gets on a camel in Egypt in front of the pyramids, and he's 400 some odd pounds.
He's not only does he have a big belly, he's got a big heart though too.
He's got a big heart. And I love him, but that camel.
That was absolutely hilarious. And the way he explained it last night, you're the Ricky Martin over there in the Middle East, though.
I wouldn't say that. I'm probably more like Vanilla Ice. Hit it, quit it, in and out. One hit wonder. No, I mean, look, our fans in the Middle East they've been good to us.
Yeah.
And because of the internet, YouTube, Facebook, the world's, you know, connected, it's getting smaller, and people are more exposed to what we're doing, and all the countries in the Middle East that we have visited have been really supportive, and that's why, you know, they come out, you know, tenfold when we do our shows.
And as a comedian too, like even as a radio DJ, we all have our own little pet peeves of what some people say to us or how they, because I find people are very nervous to approach you, so they'll say the dumbest things sometimes, just so they can get like a conversation going. Like people are like, always put on your radio voice.
Right.
Do you get people coming up and saying, say something funny, you're a comedian?
Yeah, can you do that joke that you did 10 years ago? Like, no, I've written new stuff since then.
Yeah.
Or, you know, everybody wants to, which is nice, everyone wants to invite you to their gatherings or their parties or their meet and greets. And it's nice, it's a nice gesture, but I don't always want to be like, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'm a pretty normal guy, as you know, so sometimes it gets annoying.
All right, so we got a big show on Sunday.
It's you hosting.
I'm hosting.
Ron Jossel,
yeah,
Filipino, Canadian, and Dave Merhez, Lebanese, Canadian. And myself.
And you're going to be there.
And I think I heard I was going to be there,
yeah. Yeah, I hope you show up. There might be a couple upset people if you don't.
My alter ego will show up. But we ask you all to come out, and it's at the
St. Elias Church on Riverside, right across from Mooney's Bay there. It's a huge banquet hall, and they got room for like, I don't know, 10,000 people in that room.
And it's part of the 20th
anniversary of the Lebanese Festival. And it's always,
it's awesome.
It's a time that I always look forward to every single year, you know, even because I'm a white guy. But the love that you get down there, the food, everything is just...
Hospitality's plus.
So.
And you don't have to be Lebanese to show up. So
yeah.
If you're non-Lebanese, please come.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Well, you're not Lebanese.
I'm not Lebanese. Well, I'm Egyptian. There's a difference.
Exactly.
We built the pyramids.
Did you?
Well, actually, somebody else built the pyramids, but we designed and supervised. That's what we did.
So, anything you want people to know about you that they don't know? Tell me now.
Well, I mean, you know, everything's pretty much out in the open right now. I don't have a lot that I'm hiding. I mean, I'm not like going to come out of the
except that rash.
Thanks for just outing me like that. I just asked people to go check out our website for our film. It's justlikeusthemovie.com, and it's playing in festivals, and we're looking for distribution.
Yeah.
And check it out, justlikeusthemovie.com.
Now, why didn't you not have me in this movie?
You weren't in the Middle East with us when we were shooting this tour. I mean, what, Lucas, every day, this guy? You should have been in the film. And when we do Just Like Us 2, perhaps we can have you on.
What, are you going to do, a documentary on Canada?
I don't know, maybe. Arab Canadians in Canada? Canadian Arabs?
That sounds good to me, man. That definitely sounds good. This is AHMED AHMED up inside the house. He's got the website. He's on MySpace. He's on Twitter. JustLikeUsTheMovie.com. Check it out. It's an amazing, amazing documentary about comedy in the Middle East, taking it all over the places. It's a learning lesson, too, at the same time.
It is something sort of like a travel log, and there's a people in the Middle East that you wouldn't normally see on the news or any other media network. So it's a nice breath of fresh air for people that
very much so
are curious about the Middle East and don't know much about it.
Yeah, it definitely opens up people's eyes regarding Muslim and, of course, everything else. Like, everyone thinks, oh, it's just this one thing, Muslim. No, anybody...
Well, we also define in the film that there's a difference between Arabs and Muslims.
Yeah.
People always try to categorize, oh, you guys are all the same, and, you know, or it's actually different. Arab is nationality, and, you know, Islam is a religion, and people try to put them together. In the movie, we clearly define that it's not the same.
And if you want some serious laughs, ladies and gentlemen, the 20th Annual Lebanese Festival this Sunday, St. Elias Church, 3 great comedians on stage, and 1 white house that's not so funny. AHMED AHMED, thanks for stopping by, brother.
Thanks, brother. Good to see you.